All right. I think we're live, Mr. Blackman. How are you?
Doing great today. How about you? Enjoying this
Doing
wonderful Sunday?
fantastic. Huh?
Say you enjoying this wonderful, beautiful Sunday?
Oh, yeah. It's getting ready for a big Monday. So, yeah, we talked, I guess, a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, about your striping course coming up. And I didn't realize until the end that you're going to have some hands-on training actually.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little about that.
Well, in the past, we've been doing like when we gave the course, we were doing like hands-on training. We were just literally use water, but this time we're going to actually use paint, and we're going to give the attendees a chance to play with the machines themselves with real paint in it, and we're going to actually show them how to lay out different types of parking lots, lines. I mean parking lot. So far as like a 90 degrees parking lot layout, we're going to show a 30, a 60 degree, and different things like that, parallel parking, and also 45 installs. We're going to show them how to lay out the new handicaps from scratch and different things of that nature. But yeah, we're excited about it because what we're going to do in that, we're going to take the inside of my shop and we're going to transform the floor into. We're going to take some felt paper and we're going to have a Graco 3400. We're going to also have a Titan 2850, and we're going to have a ride-on machine that we're going to let the guys actually paint lines and stuff inside of the shop.
Wow. Um, and so, talk a little bit about you mentioned, well, it's fresh on my mind about the handicap, and I know sometimes on some jobs that you've done for me, that done when you've done the quote, you got back to me and said, "Hey, this isn't ADA compliant or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
Um, Talk a little bit about that, how you cover that in the course. Of course, not going into all the details of it, but just kind of a short little explanation about how important it is to know that. And I guess it was important for you to spot it and let me know, hey, this needs to be brought into ADA compliance.
Right. Well, that's one of the American Acts Disability Association. That's what ADA stands for, and that is very, very important when you're going into a parking lot and doing a restripe or a new construction, basically a new construction layout, because you want to pretty much let bring to your clients' attentions that if you're doing a parking lot and that is not meeting the ADA requirements, to that you can come in and be able to fix that. And those are some of the things that we're going to teach you about the ADA regulation laws, and also teaching you how many handicaps that you should have, one van accessible at all times, or and one regular handicap, and why should you have the van accessible sign on the left hand side when the vehicle pulls in and the doors open, that it lands on the hash mark as well, showing that it starts at a 9 feet up to 11 feet wide space for you can be in 88 compliances, and also showing you the reasons why you should have one handicap per between 1 to 25 parking spaces, and telling you different things of that nature, showing you the importance of that's very, very important. And also we're going to be talking about what's the importance of the fire marshal, coming out. Why should you have fire lane on your parking lot? Sometimes, you go in, you see these fire lanes there. You go in some parking lots and they're not fire lanes there. The importance of having that fire lane there is because, you can have an emergency in that parking area or whatever at that facility, and they can have that door blocked, and the fire marshal or ambulance or police in it won't able to be able to get to that area, because based on that parking lot is not in compliance. It's not that the people that is parked there will be at fault, but the facility is at fault. And that's some of the things that we're going to talk about and educate you on presenting that to your client when you are selling the striping job to them.
Wow. So, I didn't realize there was that much involved, the kind of details you were talking about. I mean, I pull into a Kroger parking lot or our church parking lot, and you see the handicapped spots and all of that. And to me, it just looks like, the blue and then the white wheelchair on the top of it, and you've got some hash lines. I didn't realize that it gets into that detail, and the regulations, and also that's a super thing that you're going to be going over all that. And I understand you have a book that each person gets, and I'm guessing that inside that book a lot of this is covered as well.
Yeah, inside of that book, this is a copy of the book right here. It's called, if you can see it, Mr. Shine Stripe a Lot, easy as 1, 2, 3. And inside of the book, you're gonna have different. We have 9 different. I think it's make sure I wrote it, Doug. So yeah, we got 8 chapters, and and in those chapters, you're gonna have chapter 1 consists of the proper ways to set up and restripe asphalt and concrete parking lots. Chapter 2 talks about the different types of paint striping machines and paint tips. Chapter 3 is talking about the layouts on asphalt and concrete parking lots, construction layout on new surfaces. Also, chapter 4 is talking about the basic stencils using for striping. And chapter 5 is how to set your prices. Chapter 6 is safety. And chapter 7 is on marketing strategies and building customer relationships. And chapter 5 is starting a business and keeping your records.
Wow, that's awesome. So not only do they get the classroom portion, they get the hands-on training, they'll get the book, but you've also got Cordero there. And talk a little bit about, I know you mentioned last time his detail or his expertise is in the drawings and the blueprints and that type of thing.
Right. Cordero, he normally teaches on safety. We open up with safety, and we want to, he talks about the importance of safety, because a lot of times people don't understand that, hey, it's a Friday night, Doug, and right. you just got paid, you striping a bank, and you have that ATM machine blocked off, and you got this customer, man, they don't care if they see this caution tape, they don't see cones or paint down or whatever. When they want to get to their money, hey, guess what? They're gonna run over everything in the vicinity of it to try to get to their money. So he talks about the proper way about safety, how to block the parking lot off, and also teaching you the safety of the machine, because a stripe machine can hurt you. And why it's important to be wearing safety glasses while you're dealing with paint, because whenever you flip the machine backwards to take the pressure off of it, it can shoot the pressure, and that paint can get in your eyes. Depends on what type of paint you're using. It can very well blind you. And also, right. He's going to be talking about, reading blueprints. And I'll be talking about that a lot myself too, about reading blueprints, because Cordero has his background is he went to college for engineering, and he talks a lot about different things. It will very little be touched on in this class about because we have an advanced course for that as well, talking about how to lay out tennis courts, how to lay out basketball courts, football fields, and different things of that nature. But that's in an advanced course that we teach. And but yeah, he's going to be showing you. We're going to actually be showing you how to read the blueprints and different things of that nature.
Okay, so this is a great course for the beginners or someone that's wanting to either start a parking lot stripping business, or add this to their pressure washing business. So they'll get the good basic fundamentals for parking lots, which is going to include the striping, the hash marks, the fire lane curbs.
Yeah, fire lane curbs.
Fire lane curbs. So that's a great basic fundamental place to start. And then I can see how tennis courts, basketball courts, even football stadiums, fields, wow, that would be quite a bit more advanced. So that's something they could add later as they get more comfortable with the parking lot striping.
Right, right. So, and also in this course, we're going to be telling them exactly when, what you need and what you don't need, because we don't want you getting out here going invest your money in a, say for instance, a 50-foot exit exit sign to where you probably basically won't use, but on that one job. We want to show you how to come in and get you just your basic stencils that you need. You get yourself going, just that basic machine that you need, the different types of paint that you need, tips and things of that nature like that. And one thing I did want to talk to you about, Doug, that I forgot when you said that about Cordero teaching in the safety. And also when we're teaching the proper way to set up for striping machines, you want to also make sure when you in an area, you want to secure that area, because you will have people come through there and run over your paint, because we have had it happen to us on several occasions. So that's why we recommend to go and buy you some type of big old tarp or something that you can set all your equipment up on, when you're testing your machine to get ready to make sure you have the proper standard 4-inch line or 6-inch line for a striping, a fire lane or things of that nature. We want you to have that area secured off, because the last thing you want to do is spill a 5-gallon bucket of paint on somebody's brand new construction.
Sure, sure. And in that case, you definitely going to need a hot water machine and your drain protection and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, the safety is very important, because it's just like when we're cleaning houses or whatever, the property protection is the number one thing. Without that, and you start damaging brand new concrete or a house or whatever, that's going to be an issue. So that's great that it starts off with that. And then Von Cross is also going to be there, and he's going to be talking about what?
Von basically he's going to be talking about marketing strategies and how to go in and sell these striping jobs. And man, I like to say, you all saw the experience on of quite a few guys that know Von. I like to say, man, Von can sell ice to an Eskimo. He's good with the way he words his words, he talk. But yeah, he's going to definitely be talking about building these customer relationships and these marketing strategies, how to go in and get them to write this one check. Because if you're right there, we like to say, why leave the money on the ground? Why bring somebody else in when you're right there and you can power wash it and also be able to stripe it at the same time? And he'll be talking about that type of sales pitch right there, that you are able to get that job yourself, because we watched it over the years ourselves. A lot of times you go out and do this, hey, somebody know how to stripe, and that's one of the things that caught my attention to make me want to learn this and add this entity to my business, because, I was like, hey, I'm there. Let me learn how to stripe, let me add this to my business. And also, instead of making one check, now I can make 2 checks. I'm going in, I'm selling the parking lot, I'm selling the building, and I'm also selling the striping job. And that way, I like to say like this, Doug, you don't need a whole bunch of clients. You just need the right clients that can create that residual income and get that fat check for you.
Right. And the property manager and HOA or owner of the property, whatever, they're looking at it from the same standpoint, that I don't need a bunch of vendors. I just need, a few vendors that can pretty much cover everything. So if I've got a power wash guy that can handle the power washing of the building, the parking lot, the striping, all that, I've got one vendor that I've got to input all their information into. I've got one vendor that I've got to have on the list. One check is cut, all of that. It makes it so much easier on them. So if you're out there cleaning parking lots, it's a pretty good bet that at some point in time, they're going to restripe that parking lot. And a lot of times they have to, because of fire lane or fire codes and things of that nature, especially the fire lane striping and the curbs and all that.
Right. And that's some of the things too that we're going to be talking about and sharing. I won't touch too much, and I'll just touch a little bit on it. We're going to be sharing that, what's the difference between a want and a need. And according to the ADA laws and according to the fire marshal laws, this is a need. this has to be visible at all times. So
Right.
that's some of the things we're going to be talking about, you know, to give you that sales pitch to go in and say, hey, look, I want to offer this. I know, you know, not being that blunt about it, but you got to have this visible. It's in a way, and I'm gonna throw a little something out there. Well, we had an incident when we was dealing with a company. I'm just say a drugstore. I'm not gonna call any name. A drugstore, and we went in to do a new parking lot, and based on the ADA regulations and the ramps and the things wasn't right. So that put that pharmacy drugstore, they were liable to be sued because they didn't
Mhm.
have everything in the right compliance. And so we want to show you this is how you go in and educate your client to let them know, hey, these are some of the liabilities that you're going to be liable for if you don't have this in the right, you know, the right perspective or in compliance with these laws. And
Right.
also, you know, showing why should you use a flat base based on a all base paint on ramps, showing them that hey, you know what, and we don't want that to come back to bite you to where okay, well, I hired you to come in, so you supposed to know you weren't supposed to put all base paint on this ramp. You
Right.
know, if you're gonna use an all-base paint, I'm gonna just throw a little tip out there. At least go get you some playground sand, mix it in there to make it to where it's rough, to where you're not gonna cause that person to come out of there and slip down on that rain on that ramp on a rainy day.
Right. And then the other speaker you have, Scotty James, I believe is his name.
Yes, and Scotty pretty much he talks about coming in about you know in business about finding your niche, but also Scotty is more the guy. He's you know I like to call him. He gonna get me for saying this. He's one of the lazy guys. He like to sit down and ride the parking lots down. You know he's
Okay.
riding style. You know and things like that. But I tell you, the Scotty is an awesome guy. He's out of Dallas. He does a lot of the local polos,
Okay.
chicken
Okay.
and Whataburgers and different things of that nature. And when him and Cadero comes together on this outdoor course, I hope you get a chance to see it. When they teach this outdoor hands-on training course, they teach it so excellent to where, I mean, a baby can understand the way that they're laying it out. And they want to tell you the significance of having just one little small tool, a speed square. You know what a speed, remember what a speed square is, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
they want to show you the importance of just having that one little tool on your vehicle, on your trailer at all times can save you a headache from laying out a parking lot.
Wow. That's awesome. So before we wrap it up, you've got, I believe, people are going to want to know the cost of it. And I think right now you have an early bird special going, which several folks have taken advantage of.
Right. We got an early bird special going on right now for 325 and it's going to end March the 18th. March the 18th, and then it's going to go up to 550. I think, yeah, it's 550 is going to go up. But I would encourage you, if you're out there and you're watching this video and you want to add another entity to your business, take advantage of the 325 early bird registration. Along with that comes, we're going to be doing some giveaways, a few things, probably like some stencils, maybe some 5-gallon buckets of paint and things of that nature. And along with that comes 2 days of lunch. We're going to provide your lunch. Lunch comes with that. Also, we're going to have snacks and things of that for when you're taking the course to make you comfortable and feel at home. And yeah, just take advantage of 325 right now because the education that we're going to be giving away for 325 is a life changing. And if you want to, 325 is nothing to invest in what could potentially make you millions and millions of dollars. And I like to say, you know, who's gonna believe in you more than you believe in you? You have to believe, you have to invest in yourself, and you owe that much to yourself to invest in yourself and invest in your company.
Sure. And so it's 325 for the early bird special, which expires around March 18th, and that's for the 2 days. And you get the hands-on training, you get the classroom training, you get the blueprint book, the book that you handout that has, basically the instruction manual and everything that you go over.
Right.
That's just a no-brainer not to get involved and get into that, because that's just an excellent value, the amount of education that you're getting and the amount of revenue that you can bring to your business. To invest only $325 to add something like this, which is I was going to say it's so easy. It's not so easy, but when you've got the teachers like this that can teach it and make it understandable so it seems easy, that's just a no-brainer to do that. So I would certainly encourage everyone to do that. You got Jeff Blackman teaching, Scotty James Cadero, Vaughn Cross. I'll actually be there the first morning. Heck, I might stay there the whole 2 days. I don't know. We'll see. That's definitely something I would strongly encourage everyone to get in on this. But even the $550 price is an extreme value. But to be able to have the advantage to get this at $325 for an early bird special. So the dates are April 13th and 14th. So that's coming up in almost a little bit more than a month from now. I've got a phone number up here, Jeff, that they can call to register, but is there a website or a place that's easier to go to?
Yeah, we're registered through Eventbrite. You can go on my Facebook page. Also, you can go on Doug. I think you're advertising it too, Doug, on your pages. Vaughn is advertising it on his Facebook page, Instagram page. Cadero, Scotty, we're all doing advertising it on our page. So, I mean, like a guy told us at the Difference Makers Conference, Doug, he walked up to me and said, "Hey, man, for the information that y'all are giving me, man, I feel like I'm robbing y'all."
Right.
So, and it was like, wow, but, like I hear you say all the time, and I say myself, that it's just the passion that we have to want to see other people succeed in the industry that they're in. And I'm getting off the question, but yeah, just the passion we have, and for the price, we wish we could give it to you free, but it's impossible for us to give it to you free. So, just click the link, get on there, register. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed for when you come spend these 2 days with us. And on top of that, we guarantee you when you leave my facility, we're going to have you ready to go out and stripe a parking lot.
Awesome. Real quick, what's the name of your Facebook group? Education on
power washing and striping.
Education on power washing and striping. Search that on Facebook, find that group, join it. All the information will be there as well. And then that's an excellent place that Jeff has also for his students that can go there after they've attended, can get more information or education or whatever. He provides that to his students when they need help. He's kind of like myself. If a guy out of the blue contacts me and wants information on cleaning a roof, I don't have the time to do that via phone or text message or email, so I direct them to my online school or coming here in Houston to learn that, because then you've got a base foundation of knowledge to work with and can continue working with guys when they've done that. So I would strongly encourage you to look for Jeff's Facebook group, Education on Power Washing and Striping. Hit that up and join it, especially if you're going to attend, and then Jeff will always be in there to help you out. Well, Jeff, I appreciate it. Take us out with any final words of encouragement or information about the event.
Hey, take advantage of the early bird registration, because there's only limited seat only. We're only taking 30 students. So first come, first serve, get online, register. We're looking forward to seeing you right here at 8826 Louetta Road, Spring, Texas, Suite 308, right here in Houston, Texas, at Mr. Shine Striper Lot, easy as 1, 2, 3, April the 13th and 14th, right in Houston, Texas.
All right, Jeff, thanks so much. And then we'll hook up again either next week or the week after as we're leading up to this to continue letting people know about it and promoting it. So hopefully we can get that 30. That's going to be a nice size group. So Remember, there's a cutoff, so once it gets to 30, he cuts it off, and there's already several that have signed up. So thanks, Jeff. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and everybody have a blessed week next week. Thanks for joining us. Y'all take care.
All right, Doug. Looking forward to seeing you soon.